So I just went out to the mall with my wife. She had to go to Bath and Body Works to pick up a few things, and I was going to test out some fragrances. Wasn't planning on picking anything up. And then I ended up coming home with three brand new fragrances. Aqua de Jo Elixir, the light blue Capri in Love, which was just released, and the one that I'm going to be reviewing today that I didn't even know was out yet, and it's by Maison Margiela. I'm wearing it actually as my scent of the day. This is Replica's Never Ending Summer. I've had it on for about an hour, so we're going to do my first impressions into the immediate dry down. So that's what we're talking about today. Maison Margiela's Replica Never Ending Summer. So without further ado, let's get it. What's good, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back at you with another first impression of a brand new release here in 2024. I did a preview of this fragrance, as well as all the other ones that I just picked up. I did like a fragrance looking forward to it, and I always rank fragrances that are coming out as either immediate pickups, test in store, or I don't really care. And this one was actually an immediate pickup because of the notes, and it was, if you guys know anything about Maison Margiela, you know that all of the Replica fragrances are made after a certain place or thing to smell very similar to it or to give remembrances of that. And that's what this one's doing as well. Before we get into the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Everybody hit that like and then comment below. Let me know if you're interested in trying this. As soon as you saw this, again, this was supposed to be made after something else, and that is an Aperol Spritz. I don't actually know what that tastes like or smells like, but apparently an Aperol Spritz is for those fancy folks out there that like fancy drinks. It's not something that I would ever try, but I mean, it's supposedly sparkling wine. If you mix it together with this bitter orange liquor, and then you add an orange peel on top and a little bit of like a club soda or seltzer water, apparently that's what a Aperol Spritz is. And that's what this one's being made after. Today we're doing my first impressions of Maison Margiela's Replica Never Ending Summer. So this is the bottle, and like I said right there, it says reproduction of familiar scents and moments of varying locations and periods. Never Ending Summer. Province and period is Amalfi Coast 2022. Fragrance description is refreshing bright orange. And style description is memory in a fragrance, Maison Margiela Paris. Yeah. So is this an eau de parfum? It doesn't say. Oh well. So I'm already wearing this today, and I can tell you, this stuff smells freaking good. Before I went into this fragrance, as soon as I announced that it was coming out, I had like 50 people that were saying, "Ooh, I wonder if it smells like Louis Vuitton's Louis Vuitton's Lamencity, or I wonder if it smells like Louis Vuitton's Afternoon Swim. I wonder if it smells like Louis Vuitton's Imagination." Just because someone sees the note of orange or the note of ginger, or let's say two notes in a note breakdown that are similar to two notes in something else, doesn't mean it's going to smell like that. And Maison Margiela is not going to have fragrances that are going to smell like a Louis Vuitton most of the time. And yes, you might have similarities between some fragrances, just because there's only a certain amount of things that you can do in fragrance, and a lot of those things aren't going to be as mass appealing. So when it comes to the mass appeal side, some things are going to smell the same. I get that, but just wanting to compare this just for the sake of comparison is, it doesn't smell like any of those. It has pieces, maybe small pieces of imagination, but it is doing its own thing. Again, this smells like an Aperol Spritz. If you know what an Aperol Spritz is, which I can imagine, I can't tell you what it smells like, but I can imagine that a bitter orange liquor mixed together with this sparkling wine having an orange peel. That's what this smells like. It doesn't have the booziness, but it smells like an orange peel. It smells a bit watery, like almost like you have an orange peel and it has this effervescent zestiness. So it's almost like scratch the whole Aperol Spritz and just kind of have an orange peel with sparkling water. It's kind of like, and put your nose next to the sparkling water and get the bubbles hitting your nose. It's kind of the way that this feels here. Very bright, it has this nice, it's like the rind of an orange peel, and it smells so beautiful. And I love orange, and I especially like the smell of the inside of like an orange peel. That's exactly what this smells like, with small hints of like an undertone soapy nuance, which almost smells like a vetiver / gingery mixture underneath. But that's few and far between, and this is straight down the middle of the line unisex. So if anybody was wondering that, when it comes to, smelling like an orange peel, that's right down the middle unisex. You're not leaning one way or the other. Obviously, there's going to be people out there that find this feminine. There's going to be people over there that find it straight in the unisex department. You're not going to, it all depends on what kind of sweetness you like, what kind of citrus you like. It all depends of what style of fragrances you're into. But for me, I'm telling you, if you're looking at an orange peel with a little bit of vetiver, this fragrance is simplistic and it's right down the middle unisex. I'm only an hour in, and about 20-minute period. So that orange peel with a little undertone of vetiver, a little soapiness under there, that is what the first, I'd say half hour of the fragrance smells like. And then the orange peel does stay there. And right now at an hour, I can smell the orange peel. It's still the main part of the fragrance. But you start to get a little bit, that's where I said you get touches for people who want to compare to the imagination or whatever. That's where you get touches of this kind of like, you know how imagination has this soapy tone, plus it has a little bit of this tea? This smells like it has a little bit of this tea and soapiness. I don't know the notes to this. I was trying to look on here, but it's all in French. But again, orange peel, a little bit of vetiver. It smells like there's some tea, maybe a little bit of ginger, but definitely a little bit of musk as well. But in this type of fragrance, you're always going to have that. I'm very impressed on the amount of time that the orange is lasting, though, because usually with citrus, especially in these type of bright citrus dominant fragrances, it's either going to be a very light fragrance that falls off your skin quickly, which this, it doesn't seem like overly light. So with most citrus fragrances that are this citrus forward, they're going to be light. And so this one is going to still be around that moderate projection. But it's not like I have to dig my nose into my hand to smell it. And so I really like that. But anyways, you get to the dry down. It doesn't change too drastically. The only thing is you get a little bit of tea that pops in. And you get a little bit of a little bit more vetiver. But it's almost like a soapy tea that is mixing together with that orange. And it's not in heavily tea. Like you're not looking at this like Wulong Cha or Kirin Sunday Brunch or any of those type of heavy tea scents. You're not looking at that. Like, I'm just saying it's a little piece of tea that is just pushed in, giving in a base layer to the fragrance. But this is an orange-based fragrance with a small touch of this soapy nuance. That is what the fragrance smells like in general. From the opening until the hour mark, it's just the only difference between the first half hour and the second half hour so far. The first half hour had more orange, while the second half hour, you kind of just mix together like 75% orange and 25% vetiver, soapy nuance, and a little bit of that tea. I don't think this is going to blow people out of the water, but I think this is a great summer scent. I think this is one of the better replica fragrances. Somebody I heard said that it was replacing Under the Lemon Trees. I hope not, which I really like that fragrance, and I need to buy a bottle of it. Another unisex citrus-based fragrance. But, yeah, this is very simplistic, but if you've smelled an Aperol Spritz, then you can tell me what it smells like, or tasted it, I guess, because then you can do like a taste-to-smell comparison. But Never Ending Summer by Replica. This is going to be a big fan of people who like unisex-based citrus fragrances for sure. It is not worth the $165 that I paid for this, but the good thing about replicas is you'll be able to find them on discounters very, very, very quickly, usually after about a month or two. News Parfums will have this probably for $95 to $85 in a few weeks. And so at that point in time, going to be a fantastic price point. It would work for the spring, but I would say that this is more of a high-end, like a high-temperature summer fragrance for sure. But Replica Never Ending Summer, I don't have the performance or anything. I will do my full review as I get to that part. But I would say this is an 8 out of 10. I can't give it any higher than that because I'm not further into the dry down yet, but also because it's a simplistic fragrance. But if you're looking for a really nice rinded orange fragrance with a little bit of soapiness under there, that's what you're getting from this. That's exactly what I get. Not much else at this point in time. It's very nice, very high quality too, where it does smell exactly like an orange. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. Let me know what you guys are, if you're interested in this. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back with another one. Peace out.